In this video, we will have a practical example of how to use arrays to complete a task. So in this code, what we want to do is to build a program or write a program that takes temperatures of 7 days in a week and calculates the average temperature of the week. So that's our objective. So here I would like to take the values of 7 days in a week, the temperature in 7 days of a week. All right. Now, instead of just prompting the user for these values and keep overwriting them, I would like to store them in an array. All right, so the first thing I want to do is to define a double, or to declare a double array. All right, so here, double array, and that is going to be called temp, and that is going to be a new double of size 7, because I know beforehand that I need seven temperatures for the 7 days. Then I'm going to define the total temp, which, if you think about the problem, you have 7 days, temperature for 7 days, and you would like to calculate the average. To calculate the average, you need to calculate the total temp by adding all of them together and then divide by the number of elements, which is going to be 7. So total temp should be a value that is storing the summation of all of these temperatures. So that's also a double, and I'm going to call it total temp, and that is going to be initialized to be 0. All right. Notice here that you could declare these two things in the same place, in the same line, right? So you could, for example, here say something like this here, and put temp here, and here you could remove that line. All right, so that is declaring two double values in the same line. One of them is an array, the other is just a single variable using a primitive data type double. To prompt the user for the 7 temperatures, I'm going to declare a scanner, or instantiate a scanner. I'm going to call it kb is equal to new scanner, link it to the keyword system.n to read from the keyboard, and we have a scanner to read from the keyboard. Now what I want to do is to prompt the user 7 times to get the values. So I'm going to have a for loop, and for loop at this point is a very good option because you know that you're going to do this process for 7 times. So that's a good loop to use in this case. Int I is equal to 0, and that is I less than 7, I plus plus, increment by 1. And here what we want to do is to say system.out.println, and here I'm going to say enter the temperature of day, and here I'm going to print a very nice message that is going to show which day we're going to prompt the user for. All right, so here I'm going to put I plus 1 plus something like this, and actually make it print so this way it stays on the same line, and that's something like this. Now notice here that I have 7 days that should go from days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. However, since I'm starting, I know first of all temp is indexed from 0 to 6. Here I'm going from 0 to 6, which is a match. That's great. However, when I write a message that says the day something, I don't want to say day 0. right? So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to shift that message to be starting from 1. So it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is more natural. Then whatever value the user is going to, so here this is just a print statement that is going to prompt, but then what I want to do is to take an input and store it. Now where should you store this? The place you want to store it is that for day 1 you want to store it in place 0. For day 2 you want to store it in place 1, right? And so on. So in this case what I want to do is that I say temp of, or temp sub I is equal to the kb dot next double, as I read it from the user's keyboard. All right, so here you will have values that goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here you have indices that go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then what you want to do here is that you're going to prompt and store in the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So we are done with this loop. We're good here. And then what we want to do is just processing afterwards. So I'm going to say here another loop. Int I is equal to 0 again. I is less than 7. I plus plus. All right. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say total temp plus equal the element, or the element I of temp. So temp of I. All right, so now I have total temp, which is the summation. It was starting from 0. This is the accumulator that I have here, and then I keep adding the values of temp one by one from 0 to 6. Then after I'm done, then I could just go and say system.out.println, and I could say, for example, here the number of days is, and one thing here that we didn't talk about before is that you could actually know the length of your array by using length, something like that. All right, temp.length. And one thing you could also do here is that here we will say println and the average temperature for the week is, and then here I'm going to say total temp divided by temp dot length, or you could hard code it to be 7 in this scenario, and that should be fine. All right, something like that. All right, let's compile. Compiles. Let's run. It runs. And here for day 1, I'm going to say, for example, let's say it was 32. All right, and 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 8. All right, so total number of days 7 using the temp.length. It works. And then we have here the message printed, to add a space here, which is going to be 35. That's the average, right? Between these numbers, that's actually the average. So it's working. So whatever values you enter is going to prompt for 7 values, and then it's going to be stored. Now, at any point, you could go and retrieve any of these days. So for example, here I could go and say, I would like to access temp of 6. All right, last day. So I could go here and 32, 34, 35. Oops. Something like this, all right? And the average is 35, and I could access the sixth element of the array, which is going to be day 7, and it was 38. So that's the power of using arrays.